Welcome to the conference and the photo exhibition, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you here on this multi-sided event where we have an intersection between art, politics, talking about Syria, with a focus from pictures from within Syria that are quite fresh and brand new. We just received the majority of the pictures you see on the wall from Homs, Damascus, and Mnihani yesterday in the day. You see the destruction and the suffering of the people documented by mainly young activists who are in their early 20s to mid-20s, who have taken it on their shoulders to provide a window into Syria in times of war, as we unfortunately are witnessing nowadays. The conference is organized by universities and the Terrorism Research Initiative that is represented by Robert Wesley, my co-moderator, who unfortunately is sick and cannot attend the meeting, but Alex Schmidt will be a replacement tomorrow for the moderation process. Before we start with the official kind of continuing, I have a lot of people to thank that make this conference happen, and I'm very thankful for my Syrian friends in particular who are here in Vienna, who are helpful in getting contacts to invite speakers and to reach out to Syrians in and out of Europe. And I'm very, very happy and excited that Kamal Al-Abwani, Walid Al-Buni are traveled here, and tomorrow we will be honored by the presence of Mohammed Rubi for the Syrian Ikhwanis, the Muslim Brotherhood, who will give a talk as well. And that would not have been possible without a very good cooperation between me and the function of representing the university and the Syrian community here. And that's why today we have a focus on local actors who are active in Syria as political actors, and tomorrow it will be a bit more international with the focus on both kind of sides of the Syrian representations. In particularly, I would like to thank Raswan Akhtar and for his patience and for making all the contacts happen. I would like to thank Taraf Barajati, likewise. Thank you very much for all the communication, go back and forth. And Ahmed Basal, who is not here yet, but who will join us later, he was very helpful in making and maintaining contacts to 4 photographs who were based in Syria, in Damascus, Aleppo, Mnihani, and in Homs. And so I'm quite happy to open the conference. And before we continue, we have a few administrative remarks for the conference. The conference agenda is printed out. You can have a copy next to the registration desk. I would ask you all to please register with our colleague Tamara Abu Hamne. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please approach me at any time, and I will try to be there for you and answer your questions. We have helping hands like from Yusuf Al-Yamani, who you can also approach if you need any help or advice. Also, thank you very much for bringing the audio and technical equipment. Thank you. And yeah, so if there are any questions, we are trying to have an open room in this Atelierhaus. So this is maybe a bit of an unusual venue for the topic, but the intention of the conference is that we have an open platform where everyone can join with their opinion, that we seek an open, honest exchange of opinions with mutual respect to talk about different sides, different stances, different opinions. That's why today, after the main event with the speakers in the afternoon, we will have about 60 minutes for an open Q&A with the audience and the speakers, and likewise tomorrow it will be also an open event. And we are flexible time-wise if need be, and if energy remains, we can continue that open discussion forum for as long as possible. So we called this exhibition the window into Syria, just to give you a very glimpse understanding of the background, the details of the pictures you see on your wall, because the focus of Western media and Western states nowadays seems to be set on emphasizing that Syria is to be overrun by jihadists or Al-Qaeda elements or other kind of religious radicals. And there's a series called by the Islamic State of Iraq and Sham, which is called Nawafis al-Ard al-Malahim. So it's called a window into the battlefield, so to speak. And we thought it would be nice to mirror that with a real window into Syria, as based on the pictures by these young, very brave activists who are active throughout all of Syria and very well connected, but whose voices is unfortunately not as heard and not as elevated as the opposing radicals. The pictures are, and you can see it when you have a look, the logo, we have different logos from different areas. It's called the Young Lens Homsi, the Young Lens Dimashqi, the Young Lens Halabi, Aleppo, the Young Lens Mlihani. They are very active on Facebook and Instagram. The Young Lens Damascus, for example, has about over 300,000 likes on Facebook. Homsi has over 100,000 likes. So they're very well seen in a certain way, and they have a very high level of output on nearly daily basis on new pictures from within their cities, their hometowns, their neighborhoods, and so on. They document crimes, destruction, death, torture, but also the suffering, the struggles of everyday life, and the influence by certain political actors in Syria who try to be more visible with flags and graffitis and what have you. Interesting side is the documentation of graffitis, if you're interested, because sometimes graffitis sprayed by radicals from Jabhat al-Nusra or the Islamic State of Iraq and the Sham were answered by very smart questions, trying to kind of, de-emphasize the meaning of these graffiti. The Young Lens Homsi, Atza Shab Homsi, was founded in late July in 2012, when a young group of about 4 or 5 people were asked by their friends and relatives who left the country to document the destruction of their houses and their neighborhoods. So they started taking pictures of these destroyed buildings and partially, luckily, unharmed buildings and put them on Facebook for their friends and family to see. And that turned into a movement that is a decentralized movement where individuals can tap into with a camera and a Facebook account to document their understanding and their vision of Syria as of today. So as I mentioned, it spread from Homsi onwards, and in talking with the photograph from Homs, he was very keen to emphasize the fact that they are trying to make pictures in a respectful and aesthetic way, and not just, have pictures for the sake of having pictures. And you can check them out, of course, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and what have you. We have cards of the young Homsi will be passed around. If you would like to follow up at a later point of time, you are more than welcome to do so. And with that, I would like to invite you, first of all, to have a look at the pictures during the breaks and the coffee breaks, and later on, and we'll have some food after the main talks. But before, I would like to pass on the microphone to Cengiz Günay from the Austrian Institute for International Affairs, the oiip.